Steelers, Ravens. We got some predictions and Black Monday. Coaches who are in and out. What matchups did you want? Any disappoint? And we got some prima donnas. We're going to talk about the towel. And then we also got Tyreek Hill quitting. So we got all that more. Dre, hit it. Yo, yo, yo. We got
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's up?
What up?
We got different modes with the sign here, just so you know. Here we got
all
types
figured that out.
modes. I got the remote hooked up.
Going. Look at that.
There's all types of things happening now. So
Wow.
so when Jermaine goes on his rant, we can we can do different things. So pretty cool, man. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I got batteries for the remote this week. The only thing is if you have Tourette's, it's not good for you because then What up, guys? We are into the playoffs. Playoffs?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are. We're watching.
Well,
my boy Fred Warner got on ESPN today. I feel good about that. I'm happy for him. I guess that's going to be his next step.
What's that?
Career-wise. No, Fred Warner was on ESPN today.
Oh, Fred Warner? Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. Okay.
Well, I guess he's getting
getting ready, right?
Right. Yeah.
next stage of the career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next stage.
Until Big Dom comes on and takes it. Okay.
Big Dom!
Big Dom's going to be busy today.
Can you see, man? Big Dom had like some kind of like Jerry Springer show.
I'm telling you, man. That's how they start. That's how it starts. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden he's like, "This is the Big Dom show." You know what I'm saying? In the middle, that's what's going to happen, man. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
6-part series.
That's right.
6-part series.
Part 1.
Big Dom will take over for Jerry Springer. That's what's going to happen.
That's right. Well, welcome
everybody to Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, right.
His first guest, Dre Greenlaw.
First episode was shot off showing that scene from the playoff game. It's like it all started here.
That's awesome.
Hey, Greenlaw's finger going to his nose.
Speaking of shows, man, you know Jason Kelsey's got his overnight show. Did you hear about that?
I heard he started something, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, he's got his overnight. I got to figure where it's at and all that stuff. But I was listening on the radio. I said he got an overnight show. You know, like okay, all right. So I think he's like already in the 3rd episode, I believe. So
wow,
yeah. I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta check that out. So
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man, pretty cool.
NFL guests and everything on the show, I guess.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know how this is going to go, but crazy as he is, you know what I mean? I think the ratings are going to pop for a little bit, you know what I mean? Then they'll start fading out. And it's like, okay, Jason, all right, let's get it. You know how it is, you know? It ain't no Arsenio, so.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. I got a whole bunch of stuff today. I got intros. I didn't have one, but I thought of some this morning, so we're gonna roll with it.
Oh boy!
So here we go. His Steelers and Niners are all done and have met their maker. His only hope left is the man the Bucks call Baker.
Baker.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, one team left, Mike.
Yeah, I mean the Bucks are not my team. I just was excited for them. I mean, I really wanted. I mean, we'll get into it. I mean, I'm mad about the matchups because it just seems like a lot of the chances for upsets just went right out the window with the teams that are playing each other. So yeah, we'll see. But no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm in the Washington area, so it's hard to just not root for them just because. But it sucks. I didn't want those two teams to play each other. I'll just say that.
All right.
Wow. All right. What did you wanted to see? You wanted to see Washington and Philly?
I wanted Washington and Philly. I just thought that was going to be a solid, and it could still happen, but that was the matchup I thought would be great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. You never know.
Still Washington do better.
Washington. Yeah. We'll still see, man. All right, this guy, when Dre called him a punk ass, he was ready to fight. Today is the start to see Jermaine if Howie got it right. There we go.
That's
This is it. You know,
I'm gonna make. I'm not feeling good about this, but we'll get into it.
we'll get into it. We'll talk.
I know we'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
This guy, when they have no Sprite, he throws a fit. The only thing worse that he hates is Tyreek finding a way to quit. What up, Dre?
That's a good one. Yeah. I'm gonna talk.
Off. Woo.
Yeah,
man.
Any level, honestly. But what's up, everybody? Let's get this going, man. I'm ready to talk because we got some interesting matchups coming up today. Playoffs.
Man.
Also, Sal, like you said, recapping. So yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right. Let's start with the Eagles-Packers. Gentlemen, the mystery around Jalen's concussion. Did he have it? Did he not have it? Were they just stalling him through the concussion protocol? What is going on with Jalen Hurts?
I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
That's basically what it is. I mean, he's just a weird guy. That's all. I don't. You just don't. You just can't. And that's his MO. You know what I mean? He's not going to sit up there and put his feelings on his sleeves. I mean, he's just got one. He's got one character. He's got one motion. And that's it. You know what I mean? You're not going to pull nothing out of him. He's not going to get pissed off. That's just who he is. You know what I mean? But as far as what's going on, you don't know. It's because I'll keep him in closer protocol because now his finger, that finger that he broke his finger, now that's healed. So I don't know if that was going hand in hand and whatnot. So again, back to what I'm saying. You don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, he just better bring it today. So
the other person you better bring it is your boy Stacey Abrams. They got to get pressure today, man. Yeah. So Carter better be ready.
I agree. The interior, especially Jordan, not even Jalen, but Jordan's got to bring it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we was talking about before. There's a leak in that run game. I mean, Rico Dow and who else? Somebody I forgot who the other one ran all over us and whatnot. So I hope they got that plugged up. You wanted to rest all these players and stuff, and okay, you got everybody rested.
Let's
see what you get. You better bring it. You better bring it. 100. So
they also signed a new safety this week. The Eagles, it's 2022 first round draft pick from the Bills, I think he was, and supposedly pretty good. I think they just got him for depth. I'm not sure. If anything that concerns me, it's two things. Obviously, Jalen's one, but the safety position with Reed Blankenship is another, guys, and our kicker. I don't know. The kicker scares me, Jake Elliott. So
yeah.
He's not going to see a lot of. He's not going to see a lot of.
He shouldn't.
You know what I mean? Especially if the game's on the line.
My mind is on Jalen. Having played since week 14, 15.
He's only been out 2 weeks. This is his third.
Yeah.
The way you're saying it, Sal, it's like, he's been out.
He's only been out, but he just started really practicing this Thursday.
Yeah.
And then he got officially cleared Friday.
Yeah.
So, what's up? What's up, Hef?
What's up, Hef? Commanders in the building.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But anyway, I'm concerned about Jalen because he hasn't played in that while. Let's see how he does in the first quarter. Of course, the first possession he has. Is he going to be slow? Is he going to be quick? I mean, is he? What's up? What does the coaching staff, especially Kellen Moore, going to design up first to be something easy for Hurts to do? Or is it going to be, just hand the ball off to, Saquon Barkley to get him the reps in and then try to get Jalen to see what's going on with the defense? As to me, man, we beat the Packers beginning of the season in Brazil. And Jordan Love and their team, they show flashes of goodness. I mean, of playing real well. But I think against us, they couldn't stop Saquon Barkley. They had problems with that. So I'm not too concerned about the front, their front. Maybe the secondary for us going against their wide receivers. might be something. But again, to me, Jordan Love is playing with a hurt hand, and I just see a lot of running that Phillip is going to do, and defense tonight. I think defense is going to come after him hard. So it's a win for Philadelphia. Is what I'm trying to say.
You confident?
Yeah, I'm confident. I am. Even the fact with Jalen, what's going on with him. If it was like Saquon Barkley was hurt or he wasn't showing, like our offensive line was screwing up and the defense was shutting Saquon, and then we got to rely on Jalen. Yeah. But no, I'm confident.
Yeah.
Mike, Vic Fangio going to bring the heat today. There's talk that he might because of man-to-man and things like that. What do you see happening? Good matchup?
I mean, I think it's a good matchup. As Jermaine was saying about the run game, I think that's really the Packers' bread and butter, especially with their, leading receiver, or at least deep threat receiver out, Watson. So they're going to have to rely on that run game. So, yeah, if they can shut that down, it's going to be a long day for the Packers. Couple things real quick. Sal, that sign when it's flashing, man, I swear it sounded like SOS signals or something like that. It's like Morse code. I'm like, is it talking? Is it talking? It's like, is it sitting there bleeping? Mike, shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
The other thing is, I was joking about it in the text messages and stuff, but it could be a big factor, and that is Jalen. And that. Look, there's 5 phases to the concussion protocol, and I said, no, it's really 6 phases, because the 6 phases is what happens, when you start turning the ball over and making mistakes. It's like you're not really cleared of your concussion if you start turning the ball over. So, the question is, how is he going to do with phase 6? Is he going to be the Jalen we saw earlier this year where he was taking bad sacks, holding on to the ball, doing a lot of bad decisions and stuff like that? Or is he going to be confident and, just, manage the game and take care of the ball? The other thing is, I hate to say it, it sounds like last year a little bit. The Cowboys were riding pretty high going into the playoffs, and Green Bay was like this young, inexperienced, they don't stand a chance kind of team. And they showed up and beat the snot out of the Cowboys. And I know you guys aren't the Cowboys, but I just caution a little bit of the overconfidence, man, because the Packers, they ain't done this before, where they've taken a team that's overconfident and just stuffed it right down their throat.
My thing is that the simple fact they're going to make Jalen beat them, and I'm predicting 2 turnovers from Jalen, and I don't know if they're going to recover from that. I can see a fumble, if they're going to be putting pressure on them, and they're going to load the box on Saquon. So are they going to stick to that run? As far as loading up that box, or they're just going to go abandon it away, and it's like, oh, go ahead, Jalen, and get out of their game plan and whatnot, and then all of a sudden now it's in Jalen's hands, and we're in trouble. That's step 6. You might as well just throw it out the window, because I just don't see it. I mean, what happened the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, and I know it's the beginning of the season, but then Jalen started getting his feet wet and start getting comfortable. Now he's been out for like another 2-3 games. This is the playoffs. It could either be you could be one and done real fast. You look up and it's like come Monday morning, it's like, what just happened?
Yeah. What did Hugh Douglas used to say? Do or die. Do or die.
To counterattack that, Jermaine, I'm hoping that Kellen Moore actually puts a lot of RPOs involved in that, which can actually help lessen the 9 in the box. Make the defense think about, is it going to go to Barkley, or is he going, or is Hurts going to run?
Yeah,
and then it can probably open up a little bit to we got to get Dallas Goedert involved. I mean, he's back. So
is Jalen going to be able to run those RPOs? You know what I mean? If it's there, is he going to run, and is he going to be smart in running and getting down? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's going to be a chess match, but it's all on Jalen.
I trust his legs more than his arms.
Yeah. And along the same lines, Dallas Goedert's back, but let's talk about the real deal, Dre. He's nursing a knee injury, and he's not 100% either. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do today. You expect a big game from the real deal?
I think he's fine. He's just resting. Yeah, the knee might have been a little achy or a little swelling, but I think he's going to be fine, honestly. Opening up to Devontae Smith first, then Jalen can do his thing. So I think he's going to be fine.
He was on the injury report, Sal.
Yeah.
Devontae with that back tightness.
That's
right.
true. That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we, we come in here banged up and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, the Packers are banged up too, though.
I know. Yeah.
And, I'll be honest, I can't think of one defensive player's name on the Packers. I mean,
No.
I don't know who they have.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you got to
Yeah.
worry about?
Yeah.
The guys that show up, but there are no
Mhm.
names. I mean, I think the only name I know is Jair Alexander. And he's out. I guess he's not even all that good anymore. So
Yeah.
he should win.
Yeah.
He should win.
Yeah. Have saying they got to punish Saquon. Yeah. He's going to take some hits today.
Yeah.
They do, but punish him with who? I mean,
Yeah.
who's going to hit him?
Yeah.
What names do you know? It's like, oh, you got to watch out for this guy. He's going to punch you in the mouth. It's like, I don't know anybody on the Packers. It's like a hard hitting something. So we'll see. I mean, I don't want to count them out because you've seen the show before where they got counted out, and they showed up. But I don't know. I mean, right now, from a talent perspective, I mean, the Eagles, if they're putting it together, should be pretty unstoppable today.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, cool. Let's talk about some of the other matchups. It seems like we all are in agreement that the Eagles are going to win today. Anybody not in?
I'm in agreement, but I'm not feeling good about it.
Okay.
I'm not feeling good about it.
All
I'm
right.
not confident like Dre is. I'm not.
Mm.
I'm just, like you said, like Dre said, that first quarter is going to tell a lot. And it's going to dictate it's going to dictate pretty much that whole game. You can't look all these times that you came out here, the first half, not scoring any points or the first quarter, and then all of a sudden you turn it on the second quarter. It might be by the third quarter, it might be too late. Too late. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, that all depends on the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
All those games that started out like that, the defense, was able to keep it close.
Yeah.
So that the offense could get, turn that battleship around, right?
It's not the regular season, it's the playoffs. One and go home, So I'm predicting I'm predicting to win, but I'm not feeling good about it. So
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the game that I think actually is going to be an upset today, guys.
I know he's going.
He's picking Denver, right?
Broncos at Bills.
Picking the Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if that happens, McDermott should be fired. He should be fired. He should be fired.
The Broncos got the D, guys.
You're right. You're right. But I just can't. They're another year out, I think. But I think they're gonna give him problems today. But I mean, Josh Allen is on another level, man. I mean, another 2 or 3 levels. As far as what he's playing. And stuff.
Yeah, he needs help though.
Yeah,
he needs help.
Yeah.
And can that Bills defense stop Bo Nix?
Yeah, I know.
And I mean,
Bo Nix is still a rookie. You're going into his first playoffs, Al. Come on, him and Jaden Daniels. They're rookies. And you haven't seen nothing. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna see some stuff different between those two. Seriously.
It takes up another level. The game's a lot faster.
Yeah, you're right. It is a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, man. I mean, Bo Nix hasn't been lighting it up. I mean, I don't know. You gotta put his numbers up there, but I mean, I haven't seen him do anything like Jaden Daniels, throwing 4 or 5 touchdowns in the game. I mean, Bo Nix be like 12 for 24 with 100 yards passing in the game. They just happen to win because of a couple key plays or the defense does something, but. I'm not worried about him beating Buffalo. I mean, the run game is another story with Buffalo. I mean, if they can't stop the running attack that Denver does commit to, that could be a problem. And then of course,
Sutton.
Turnovers.
They got Sutton. That's all they need.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Denver getting in as a 7th seed. They're there for a reason, and Buffalo should take care of them. I don't see the 7. I don't feel like this is as dangerous as. Who was a 7th seed in the who's the 7th seed in the NFC East right now?
Packers.
NFC.
Packers.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Because I mean they won 14, 12, 13 games. Denver was struggling just to get into the daggone playoffs. They had to beat the backups of the Chiefs, and everyone's thinking, "Oh my God, they're so unstoppable." Man, they beat the Chiefs like 3rd and 4th string players. I mean, they had it's fool's gold, man. I'm not
But
feeling them. I mean, I think they're moving in the right direction, but I'm not scared of them.
It seems like every year, man, there's some kind of major upset. You know, every year, especially in the wild card round, there's some like, you know, say if you missing the game, you turn it on, it's like, yo, what the hell? You know what I mean? So it's like, whoa. So it could be that day. It could be that day where somebody could get, you know, and that includes Philadelphia.
People are feeling that Buffalo because they lost to the Patriots in the last game of the year, and it's like, they're it's like, look, Buffalo will be fine. I mean, this could be the upset. You know, they're 7-2, but I don't know. I just feel like it's another. I think this is probably the least interesting of the matchups that have been happening so far or scheduled to play to me.
Dre, you jumping off the bus with me on this one?
I mean, I don't think Denver can do anything.
Okay.
I'm confident in Josh Allen.
All right.
I think he's gonna take over the show. Honestly, you know how he does.
All right.
And then, like Jermaine said, if they lose this game, then McDermott needs to be fired.
Yeah,
he needs to be fired right away. Collect his check debt today and go home.
At the end of the season, Denver had 3 chances to lock up a playoff spot. They lost to the Bengals. They lost to like 2 other teams, and all they had to do was win and lock it, and they didn't do it. And they had to beat the backup Chiefs to lock that playoff spot. Yeah. They're just not there, man. I mean, I lost faith in them when they lost to the Bengals, and you know, in what was to me a must-win game to show that you really belong. They kind of backed into the playoffs. I'm not trusting them. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Bottom line, Buffalo cannot take them lightly. You know, they cannot take them lightly. Please,
as any team.
You know,
they will.
I'm just saying, don't take them. Oh yeah, they're 7th seed, and that's a rookie. That's a rookie quarterback or whatever. Just don't take them lightly. That's all.
No, I think Buffalo wants to show them that everybody that they really are serious.
I hope so.
I think they might. It's one of them run the score kind of things. This will, Baltimore and Kansas City and stuff be like, oh shoot, we don't want them. You know.
Enough said on that one. Woo! All right. It's going to be a good one, guys. That's the first game. This is today, 1:00. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that one. All right, Hef, hold your ears. Washington at Tampa. Here we go. Shake and bake, Mike.
Man, I'm so mad this is a matchup. I'm just, dang. I don't want them to play each other, man. I just really wanted them to play other teams because both teams have that ability to pull, like Jermaine was saying, the wild card, the upsets, like Washington Philly would have been a great game. And it was a potential for upset, but they were so exciting playing each other, and Tampa Bay would have played, I think the Vikings, if the seeding had worked out, and that would have been exciting, because, the Vikings are, a 14-win team. And even though they would have been going into Tampa, that still kind of been like an upset kind of game too. Having the 2 teams that had the biggest potential to upset other teams play each other first just feels like it took like the wind out of the sails out of the excitement of the wild card weekend. I just hated that happened. Man, I don't know who to pick. You gotta come back to me. This is such a tough pick for me. You gotta come back.
All right, Dre.
I have to like I said at the beginning of the season, I told you Commanders are going to be good. Remember, I was talking about like, oh man, it might be better than Philly. It could be, how the first couple weeks were going. Listen, Commanders are riding a great ship, I guess I kind of say, with Tampa ship, and Tampa surprised me how well they finished. And Baker Mayfield, you got to say it, is the real deal. I mean, he's putting it up. Mike Evans is breaking records, man. Mike Evans is putting up stupid NFL records now, And Commanders. It's going to be on your rookie quarterback, honestly. If he don't, like we always kept joking when he played the Philadelphia Eagles the first time, if he's gonna sit on that sideline with that coat on here, you might as well just hang it up. It's over, So like Mike said, it's tough, man. I haven't said who I said it's gonna be, but
it's hard to say. You really don't want to pick one.
If I'm biased, yes, I want Bucks to win. I don't want Washington. Hell no, because they're in my division. But Bucks. I said it.
Oh, he's going with the
I'm
Bucks.
going with the Bucks.
Jermaine, scary. He's
Nah,
going to get
it's
into the Bucks
nothing-
today.
It's nothing scary. I mean, Todd Bowles is going to be bringing all types of blitzes and run blitzes, and I think he has something up his sleeve for Jaden Daniels. The only thing I'm concerned about, Jaden Daniels, I mean, running recklessly, you know what I mean, on sometimes, not sliding right and all that stuff. I mean, he's going to have to understand that. He's going to have to learn, and I think today he's going to learn. He's going to learn, and I think they're going to basically put him in this, basically just stop him, stifle him. You know what I mean? And get him upset and the stuff that he wants to do and all. Because I don't believe in their running game. I don't believe in their running game. I think they do got a 1-2 punch in the passing between McLaurin and Daniels and whatnot. But is Daniels going to be that one to look at that first read, McLaurin or anybody else's, or then he's going to take off? That's going to be the situation. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Todd Bowles is a good defensive-minded person. I mean, look what he's done to us the last few times. Just confusing him, and this is why I'm saying Jaden Daniels is a rookie, and I'm not taking anything away from his talent and everything because we got to deal with him for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 years. You know what I mean? And the man is probably going to just, he's going to explode. He's going to explode, but this is not the year. I mean, they had a great year. You know what I mean? They had a great year. They got into the playoffs, but the Bucks, you got that experience. They've been there, done that before in the playoffs. So yeah, I got the Bucks.
All right. Happy, this is for you, man. There you go. That was 28-14. Really, they're going to miss Dotson today. That's my prediction now. Jermaine, I think Howie got it wrong on that one. I think he gave up a little bit too much for that one. I think Howie got it wrong. All right, Mike, you got to pick. I'll give you 1 second while I'm picking. I'm gonna go with Washington today, guys. I don't trust the Bucks yet. I don't trust Baker yet. I just don't see it happening. So sorry, guys. I think it's gonna be the Bucks today. I think you're gonna see one of those upsets. All right, Mike.
I'm taking the Bucks.
You mean the
I had the
Commanders
Bucks.
now,
I
right?
just think the Bucks are. It sounds like the Commanders, but yeah, I think the Bucks.
Yeah,
I think the Bucks being at home helps them out. I am concerned about their defense because Todd Bowles is known for their defense, but this defense, has not been the typical Bucks, blitz out defense. I don't know if it's injuries or what, but I mean Spencer Rattler was going off on them last week when they was trying to get into the playoffs. I was disappointed with that, but I think the Bucks will find a way to win. I just feel like Baker and Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin.
Bucky Irvin, man.
I think they're going to be the difference maker.
It can't be.
All right,
I think they're going to be the difference. I think they might. It might be one of those things that you run the ball, and you hold the clock, you hold time possession, and you just keep that potent, Jaden Daniels combination of McLaurin off the field as much as possible, and wear the defense out with the run game, and just grind them out. I think that's how it's going to go down.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
Mess with Hef. So he said, "No way we lose to Tampa today. We are all ready for Philly." So Hef, remember we were talking, man, on our Texas that we're gonna have a watch party, right?
Yep.
So, you sure about that watch party for next week?
There you go. That gets that light right there, man.
That's right. I told Hef, look, man, Hef, I'm loving my brother, man, but when it comes to a rivalry, I'm gonna mess with you, man.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels is RG3.
Time out. I mean, I don't know if you can put the schedule real quick, but I mean, if Washington wins and Philly wins, do they play each other next?
No, you gotta look at.
I think you still get.
I gotta
Tampa
look at
Bay.
the seeding.
Yeah,
Detroit gets them because Packers lose and Commanders are 6 seed.
Yeah, because you'd be the lowest seed. So
I got it right here. If you want to look,
that's what I'm saying. I'm still mad about the way these matchups worked out. Because it might not ever happen. Washington needed.
I gotta hide this. I gotta hide this overlay.
Yeah, it's they reseed. So if the Eagles beat the Packers, and Washington wins, they're the 6th seed. Detroit's 1, so 1 and 6 would play each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go. So
yeah.
Yep.
And if the Bucks win, then the Bucks go to Philly.
Bucks,
you guys win.
Right.
That would be interesting. That would be fun. I would like to see that matchup.
Oh, I think Jermaine said this. Jermaine says a while ago. Everybody got to go through Detroit. I mean, that's what's going to happen, right? If Detroit loses to who is it?
Minnesota.
Don't forget Ghost. Don't forget Ghost.
Yeah. Minnesota. Back to Detroit again.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be a good one. All
that
right,
would be, yeah.
Yeah.
So don't rule out Sam Darnold yet.
Yeah.
So,
Sam the damn Darnold.
All right. And last but not least, speaking of Sam the damn Darnold, we got Minnesota at Arizona now. So it's they had to move it. And that was another thing that Bobby said and talked to him this week. So the NFL never moves games. So they said it must be pretty bad out there, unfortunately.
Man.
You think? I mean, have you seen
like
social? Yeah, this is like, my God. You know, it's like I can't believe this is happening. You know,
yeah, it's pretty
looking
bad.
at all these pictures and the families and all that stuff, man. My heart goes out to everybody over there, man.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
FEMA's involved now, so
yeah, man.
Politics aside, let's just get these people safe. That's number one.
Basically,
let's just get everybody safe. So that's number one.
But I was gonna say, this is some places you feel in the world you just don't want to have certain things like a nice possession. You know, it's like Florida getting hurt by hurricanes all the time. At some point, you just kind of like, man, I don't even want to have like nice stuff because it might be gone the next minute. Man.
You just don't know.
California with these fires, man. You know, you have a big mansion in the hills, and next thing you know, it's gone. You know, like,
man.
So with the game being moved, I mean, all right, LA can still have their fans go there, but Minnesota, they got a shot at this one, guys. I think. What do you
get a big shot?
Yeah. So we'll start with Dre on this one. Who do you like, Dre? You gonna see Ghost or no?
No.
Oh, he's going with LA.
No.
Neither.
Minnesota is gonna win that game. I don't see Matthew. I don't see it at all. Unless Puka and Nacua and those guys and Matt just go to hell off on their secondary, Minnesota secondary. But besides that, I think they got too many weapons. And Sam, man, he just just laying down touchdowns. He's a hero in there. I mean, he's not the guy from the Jets, and everybody just keep putting the cameras on him because they're just shocked how well he's playing because how terrible he was when he was with the Jets. Listen, man. This is where you say like a team fit. Well, this team fits him very well. You know, fits the quarterback very well. So his confidence level's up. You know, we got what's the name there now? The former Green Bay, Aaron Jones, in Minnesota running, and they got a pretty decent backup running backs too. So Minnesota all the way, man. Rams are just put them to the side.
Jermaine, Jefferson, Addison, probably a good wide receiver tandem as the Eagles have, I think.
Yeah, I agree, you know, with that. But at the same time, everybody used to make fun of McGenius. You know, McGenius has been here, done that before. You know, he's got a Super Bowl, you know, and he's been in the playoffs. And I always thought he was overrated and all that stuff. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Now, did Detroit put a blueprint on Sam Darnold? Because this man looked just like he was back with the Jets. You know what I mean? He couldn't do anything. But then again, you know, their receivers, or nobody wasn't helping them. I mean, dropping balls and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, they could be one and done as well. You know, you had this terrific season and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's just like you run up and now all of a sudden it's like, you know, you're talking to Sam Darnold. It's like, Sam, you okay? Yeah. You know, what's that over there? You know what I mean? Or I don't know. It's a toss-up. I believe it's a toss-up. I just want to see Minnesota come out banging. You know what I mean? Just going out and just doing what they got to do to put to lay this to rest. Because I got a question mark. What Detroit did, and they're all beat up and whatnot. I mean, what kind of blueprint is that? I mean, I know LA is looking at that. It's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, let's do this, let's do that, you know. And I just hope Sam learned his you know, he learned his lesson from last week. I'm just hoping, you know. But yeah, yeah, like you said, at the same time, you still have Addison, Jefferson, Hawkinson. I mean, Jesus. I mean, there should be no excuse for Sam Darnold for just to bounce back and win this game. But what I saw last week, and we talked about it because we all picked Minnesota to win that game. It's like, whoa, all right, you gotta bump your brakes. Well, bump your brakes. Wait a minute, let's see what's happened. So I don't have nothing for you. It's a toss-up until I see what's happening in the first quarter or even the first half. That maybe I shoot on the text. Yeah, Minnesota's got this. I don't know. I had no idea.
Well, the Detroit game, because we talked about it, we said, "Oh, Detroit's been playing man coverage a lot because all they should, the guys, the receivers for the Vikings should have a field day." And Detroit's corners and second, they played their butts off, man.
Well, who are they? It's like you was asking questions. Who are they in the backfield, Mike?
They covered enough. They covered well enough to force Sam Darnold to have to make tight throws because man coverage, unless the guy's totally beat, you're gonna have to put the ball someplace, and then when you're a man, you can then send more pressure. And so that's what they did. So now the question is, can the Rams do the same thing? Do they got anywhere close to that level of talent to be able to play man and send pressure on Darnold? I don't know. I've seen them play. They've had flashes of stuff, but then they've also given up 40-something points to the Bills. I feel bad. This is another matchup I wish didn't happen because I really wanted to see both teams be in the mix later, in playing different teams. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams. I just think
McGenius.
Really, McGenius is he's a good coach, man. I mean, look, Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. You can see what he's done with that team. Brian Flores, all that the whole 9 yards. But I don't know, man. McGenius just when they get into these playoffs, it's going to be ugly. It's going to look ugly, but I don't know, man. Something about Stafford too. Just the old Wally. I've been here before.
Matthew Stafford.
Sal.
All
right.
Hold on. Wait.
Mike, you're right, Mike. I mean, Detroit secondary. Can you name me one person in the back in that secondary? And they went man to man, and they shut what? The number one wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, come on,
right?
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
That thing flashing.
Wow, that's an upset, Mike. That's an upset. That is.
Yep. Here's the thing: Minnesota's defense, and I know because I had them in fantasy football, because they were aggravating at times because they were such a good defense. They had a lot of turnovers, but their one weakness, and they were like 29th in the league, was against the passing. And you're going up against Puka, and you're also going up against Cooper Kupp. So can Minnesota's defense hang on enough? And
they got a running game. They got a running game.
So that's going to be the X factor, I think, in this game. And that'll be the question mark. With that being said, I do think Minnesota will pull it out. I think it's going to be close, but I do think Minnesota will have just enough to get through that one. So, but it's tough. It is tough. They had a rough time in the passing game, and there's been games this year. Mike, you were saying that the Rams gave up a lot of points. There's been games where Minnesota's defense has given up 30, 40 points too. It's a tough one. So, but that's going to be interesting lineup today. A lot of interesting games. All of these games are interesting, guys. So that's what happens when it's playoff time. So, all right, a little bit of rewind from yesterday, and then we'll get into some Black Monday and things like that. So we had Chargers and Texans yesterday, and then Steelers and Ravens. Steelers and Ravens, I don't even know if that was a game. It was just like Steelers just didn't show up. I don't know what was going on there. But
well, you see what my subheading says where our name is. It says, "Don't just sit there and take it." And that's exactly what the Steelers did. I was screaming at the game, like, on top of just effort, it was just schematically wrong. Like, I listened to the ESPN today. Brewski said it best. He was like, Pittsburgh went into the game thinking that they were an even match for Baltimore, and it's like, you're not even close to the same level of talent as Baltimore. You can't just show up and play, run 3 times in a puddle of dirt and dust and whatnot. And you got to get creative. You got to sell out for it, man. You got to go all out. And they just sat there on offense and it's like, oh, run, throw some dinky dunk pass, kick. I'm like, what are you doing? You got to throw the moon ball, man. Get George Pickens. I mean, just air it out. I mean, Baltimore's been giving up plays left and right on big plays. Just hit them. Throw the haymakers, man. You can't win just sitting there throwing the jab all day. You got to throw some real punches. And then on defense, Derrick Henry gets going. You're not going to stop him. Nope. So you bring the house. Push all those linemen. Get the lineman in his way. Push these line guys so that, look, if he breaks to the outside or something, so be it. But him going up the middle because you're sitting playing back, doing all the simulated dumb pressures and stuff like that. Bring the house, man. It's Pittsburgh, Blitzburg. Bring the house.
Yeah.
What the hell I was thinking? I was so mad about that.
No, you're absolutely right. It was interesting too. The commentator, Kirkstreet, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
He actually said hell, and this is not. Where's this defense? And I think he even said God damn. And now Michaels is like, he paused for a second, like, this guy, how Kirkstreet's very quiet and conservative. He was going off, and he's like, Pittsburgh's just standing there. And then real quick, I want to talk about, Pickens and guys like Neighbors on bad teams, good receivers on bad teams, man. And you saw the first couple, plays that they got at Pickens. He did throw one up and everything, but then after that, it was nothing. It was just absolutely nothing. And Derek put him 198 yards, 2 touchdowns. Damn.
You gotta understand, man. I know we all watched this game yesterday. There's nothing like Pittsburgh could do. There's nothing. If you talk about bringing the house and what they ran the freaking ball 14 times in a row one time. The RPO was on point. I mean, every time that those ends was crashing, Lamar was taking off. They didn't know what they didn't know what to do. And then also you hand the ball off. Now you're backing up. Now you hand the ball. All you was doing was just loosening up that defensive front for Derrick Henry to run. I mean, I was confused. If I was defense, I didn't know what the hell to do. I like, all right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because at one point he's like, oh, well, what they was doing is, put everybody on Henry. But when you put everybody on Henry, freaking Lamar Jackson was going the heck off. I mean, they ran the ball. They had 300 yards of rushing. That was ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I know Dre's not going to like me because he has a love-hate for Baltimore. That's a scary freaking team, what they actually did. Now, I don't know if it's because Pittsburgh quit. You know what I mean? Because that could have been the issue. That's like, you know what? I'm done. Because TJ Watt wasn't even doing anything. You know what I mean? He wasn't dominating and all that stuff. Did they quit? Or is that 1-2 punch is going to be that potent going into the playoffs, going through the playoffs? That what I saw, and I looked at that game yesterday, was potent. Because they had Pittsburgh's defense on ice skates. It's like, I don't know what the hell to do. Mike Tomlin was dumbfounded. I was like, what the hell?
I mean, I get it was seriously, one team was way, way, way more talented than the other, from the quarterback position to the running back position to everything. Right. But it's Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh live and die by the blitz. I mean, if you're going to lose, at least lose trying what you know for. I mean, sitting back and taking it, man. They was just taking the whipping, man.
They lost their identity, man.
We're gonna rush forward and drop back because we're worried about Lamar. Bring the blitz, pressure. Bring pressure. You never know if there's any kind of mistake that can be made if you just bring pressure. If you get burned by it, you get burned by it. But damn, just sitting back and taking it for a freaking 4 quarters, just like. At this, I don't know what the hell it was thinking. I mean,
I mean, the love-hate, like, we were saying last week, Zay Flowers is out. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. They didn't need him at all. Likely was a beast, which was in terms of him being a beast. Lamar Jackson was throwing the ball. I got to give it to him. He was hitting them. He was doing his thing. Right. And they found other weapons as well.
You had 300 yards rushing.
I know. I know.
But it goes back to what Detroit did to Minnesota. It was just kind of how they're going to cover these guys. And they just man coverage, and they just blitz Sam Darnold to death and said, if we get burned by Jefferson, you get burned. It is what it is. But at least bring pressure. Try to bring pressure. Just don't sit back and take it. I was just,
it's pretty bad. That's not the identity.
Jermaine, what happened to your boy Russell 3 first-round draft pick Wilson? He didn't do much yesterday.
He's done. Yeah,
I agree, Jermaine. He's done.
Yeah.
He's retired. Hang up. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah. What was painful to watch was him when it was like, I need to run for a first down. And the lineman was checking his ass down. Big old lineman was just like, no, Russell. I was like,
they got a lot of problems on offense. Are you going to rely on Najee Harris? I don't think so.
No,
Pickens is almost his foot's halfway out the door. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson, it might be going. And then they talking about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's like, well, you know what? I'm just going to part ways. They said be like Andy Reid and go somewhere else and build something and build a dynasty or something. It's a mess over there, and it started all the way back when they played before they played us. And they went on that loser streak. It's been a mess. It's been a mess.
They ain't been right since they played us.
No, they haven't.
They ain't been right since Big Ben. They ain't been right since Big Ben retired. I mean,
Talk
about
they have
losing identity. Yeah, that's their
quarterback carousel, wide receiver carousel, and running
back. Not that quarterback position. Kenny Pickett wasn't the answer.
Nope.
Russell
and he couldn't even pick it.
It's not the answer. They gotta. They got to get rid of. I mean, I'm done with Najee Harris.
I'm done.
He's not the guy. They either need him and somebody else, or they just need to get somebody else. They need a quarterback, and they need some players. I mean, I think it's kind of come down to the GM needs to step up. Yes, Al, I see it.
No, we got definitely, guys. That one was and Hef's right. Like they did just fall apart. The other game that we want to talk about is the Chargers and Texans. Texans defense took over, and then all of a sudden Nico Collins took over, and then it was enough said.
That defense is what we always talked about this whole season with Houston. That defense really carried them. I mean, was it him or Justin? I'm like, Jesus Christ, Hubert. I mean, 4 interceptions. I was like, what the heck?
4 interceptions.
4 interceptions.
3 of them was not really him though, man. Some receivers, they
it was 2 and 2 because he took it right to what's the name, and they took it back for a pick 6. And then he do that in double coverage, the other one. So listen, there was fumbles on both sides of the both sides. Like when it started off, it was 6-0. Chargers. There was Texans defense stopped them twice, so Harbaugh went for the field goals, great. But then after the 6-0, and then the turnovers started happening, right, back and forth. And then what blew me too, man, Texans were like, Jermaine, they were in the zone because even when they blocked the extra point, took it back and got 2 points for it.
Yeah, got 2 points. Yeah,
right, got 2 points for it.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, Mixon started showing up. Mixon started showing up.
Nico Collins also helped too.
Nico was a beast. Nico was a beast, man.
Getting going.
Yeah. But however, I'm still concerned about the offensive line and CJ Stroud. Yeah, they beat the Chargers, but I think that's it. I still see problems. Yeah, that was their Super Bowl because Stroud still didn't look. He's
not comfortable.
He don't look comfortable, and he hesitates, and he's like, and even Bosa, your boy's brother, got on him,
Yeah.
So
that was their Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They played.
Good for them. They got to win because they did going to the playoffs. Like
you can't win with turnovers,
anything.
Man.
Yep.
But
blowout next game. That's right.
Yeah. I will say this though.
Yeah.
Ladd McConkey he's pretty special, man. I mean, he was the only weapon that Herbert had yesterday.
Yep.
Every time he threw the ball to Indiana, he butt him, other than the one he overthrew. But anybody else on the team for the Chargers that had receivers should just be fired because they didn't try. They stayed. McConkey was out there like, I'm just the only guy trying to play today.
Yeah.
197 touchdown and 9 catches. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rookie.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't even a high
Mhm.
draft pick rookie. I mean, he was the first round, but you know, it wasn't like, oh, he's going to come in and light it up kind of thing. But I mean, he was their only chance.
You best
Yeah.
believe Harbaugh is going to get that team. I mean, they're already right. You know, they're already right. They got their nucleus, they got their quarterback and all that stuff. Best believe Harbaugh is going to get this team right. They're going to be back in contention next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I mean. Get some stuff on defense. You don't know if Dobbins is the man on, running game. You still, like you said, McConkey, he's one of the receiver built around him. Get another receiver on the other side. Harbaugh's got him in a good position.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's got a good.
I don't know what their cap situation is like because they were in some bad situation. That's part of the reason why the team is what it is because of their cap situation.
Yeah.
But if they got that straight, I'm telling you, they need to call T. Higgins tonight and be like, hey, T. Higgins is
legal tampering
where it wants. I was like, you need to come here tomorrow.
T. Higgins is a top wide receiver free agent.
McDonald's down the road. You don't need to play no more. Get rid of Quentin Johnson, man. He's garbage.
He's a top wide receiver free agent, Mike. He's a top wide receiver.
I think he's a top receiver.
Okay.
Isn't Chase a free agent too? I think Chase is a free agent too, right?
No.
Due for an extension. He's going into his 5th year. So that's an
option, right?
I remember we saw his contract. Yeah.
He wants a new deal. He's not gonna.
Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely not coming back. Yeah, he's definitely not coming back this year. This year, off of this same contract. Yeah, he wants an extension. Yeah, so.
Yeah, he can hold out. Yeah, but he wants an extension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, we'll see, guys. A lot of good games today. A lot of good games yesterday. Somewhat, except for the Steelers. Mike talking about.
Actually, both games are not that good. I mean, that Texans game was a snoozer, man. I was asleep. I couldn't keep my eyes open watching that because it was just back and forth, punt. I mean, both offenses looked like trash. In that first half, it was bad.
Yeah.
And how annoyed I was ticked off that the game was on Amazon. Come on, NFL, stop this. Just not
Amazon. I mean, what was the other game?
Unless you lived here. If you lived in Maryland, it was on regular TV.
No, I had it here for I had the Ravens on regular TV.
Yes, Ravens game was regular TV.
But the Texans game was on Prime.
It was on Paramount.
I'm sorry, other way around.
Texans were on regular TV.
They were? Oh,
yeah, they were
Ravens were on Prime.
I just happened to have Paramount, and it was on Paramount too. So,
but I had Texas on CBS though.
Okay.
Make us sign up for 10 more subscription services that we don't need.
The only playoff game that was true subscription only was the Amazon game. Everything else was on one of the. So like the game tonight for NBC is also going to be on Peacock, but it's not exclusive to Peacock.
Your boy. Peacock Mike.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, man.
Peacock Mike.
Man.
Yeah.
Instead of Mike McStuffins, Peacock.
Peacock McStuffins Mike.
All right, guys. Black Monday. Coaches who are in and out. Ben Johnson, Kellen Moore are big time guys. Robert Saleh will probably get the 49ers job. He doesn't get a head coaching job. Mike Vrabel is probably going to get the Patriots job. Pete Carroll. Going to Chicago. I don't know, guys. Where are all these people going to settle?
I mean, let's start with the obvious. Jerry Jones with his dumb ass. He's going to keep Mike McCarthy.
Yep, so he is.
That's his right. Mark McCarthy's going to stay where he's at. Yeah, since he blocked the Bears from interviewing him, so it's already there. Unless Mike McCarthy's like, you know what, I'm done. You know what I mean? Because this is a bunch of nonsense over here. So let's start with the obvious.
What's crazy is Mike McCarthy is not under contract anymore. Like his contract's up.
It's January 14th.
But somehow they still are able to tell him, you can't go interview it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but he'll probably be back. You're right.
Yeah. Pete Carroll. I mean, I always liked Pete Carroll. I mean, would he be good for the Bears? Yeah, maybe. Because he had Russell. Well, no, I don't know. Well, I guess at one point he had Russell Wilson intact. So maybe a good senior head coach would get Caleb Williams back, up and rolling and get his confidence and all that stuff back. So I like that good fit. Vrabel, that's another good fit, with the Patriots.
Yeah. Guys, Kellen Moore though, 7. If he leaves, Jalen, what, 7 offensive coordinators in 7 years?
That's why you better win. You better win it this year.
What if they fire Nick and make him the head coach? Kellen Moore the head coach.
Just saying. If they lose today, let me ask you something. If they lose today, you think they're gonna fire Nick?
No. I don't.
I don't know.
Jeff Lurie is just like with Howie. They're in the bid, man.
I mean, like I said, he's a player's coach, you know. So
yeah, that's true.
If you do that, if you fire him, now you got a whole locker room that's upset, and I don't see them firing him. If he gets put out today, you know.
But I kind of mentioned this before, and this is just my opinion how it feels. Like, great, yeah, okay, Kellen Moore and all that, but when we lost Steichen and for a head job and all that, man, why? Just stay so we could be a dominant team. I get it, your opportunity to be a head coach, but it's just one season, and if we win the Super Bowl, why can't he just stay? Why he has to go get a coaching job? And I'm talking about all coaches in the NFL.
Right. Like look at KC.
Stay.
Look at KC's defensive coordinator. They must be Mike said it. They must be paying him out the ass. You know what I mean? As far as like, here, stay here. We'll pay you similar to like somewhat almost like head coaching money.
Yeah. Look what happened. Look what happened with the Patriots. Daniel or whatever, I forgot his name. He went to Denver. He was sorry. He comes back as the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. And they keep recycling back and forth, and the Patriots were just dominant. Like, he came back. You know what I'm saying? So
and
stay Kellen Moore, stay Ben Johnson. For the Detroit, stay.
Right. You got to also understand Kellen Moore. How long has he been offensive coordinator?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, he was in Dallas for a number of years, and honestly, he was kind of supposed to be the guy that was supposed to take over.
Yeah, for the Cowboys.
So if the opportunity comes, he probably would like, all right, I'm ready to be a head coach because I've been doing this for I don't know how long. Like a Vic Fangio is like, all right, I've been a head coach. I don't want that headache no more. I've been doing it, So I mean, that's where the challenge comes in. Like Robert Saleh going back to San Francisco after going through the Jets experience, he probably like looking at the jobs that are available out there and like none of these are going to be any better than what we just went through, because head coaching jobs always open for sucky teams, right? So
now you see it's a shame what they did to Salah. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't even his fault. That was just a mess from the giddy up. You know what I mean? It's just a complete mess, and it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault at all.
Okay.
And he'll bounce back.
He will. And guys, I'm going to bring it up because he was shooting his mouth off the other day. Prime time. He wants to go to the Raiders.
That's what I was hearing. Yeah.
Tom Brady's got something to say about that.
I thought he was staying in Colorado for what he said.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. I told y'all. Remember, I told you, Mike Myers, like, oh, he ain't going anywhere. See what happens? Yeah. See.
Well, money would change anything. And then again, if he's coaching his kid, he'll go. The pattern so far is like, where he going is his kid's going with him. So I mean, Shedeur, if he's going to the Raiders as the quarterback, then I can see him being the coach of the Raiders as well. And again, there's a relationship with Brady and all that kind of stuff. That they said Brady is Shedeur's mentor or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. That's the only place I can think of that it could possibly work. I can't see anything else.
Is Mike Tomlin gone?
No,
I agree.
Yes,
but he's struggling the last couple of years.
What I'm saying is, if he's frustrated, it may be up to him. It may be up to him to say, "Yo, I'm done." So
I don't think he wants to leave on these terms. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think they'll fire him. I don't think he's done. I think they'll give it one more shot, and then after that, he might. If it's the same result again, then maybe. But they gotta get talent. I think they really just gotta. They gotta get that identity right. Even George Pickens, who's got a lot of talent. He's not a Steelers guy, man. I mean, he just don't bring that toughness that Hines Ward. Pickens don't strike me as the kind of guy that'll go out and block. A guy halfway down the field like a Hines Ward would do, just because he likes to hit somebody. That's the mindset that was Pittsburgh for so many years. And they don't got guys like that, and they need those kind of guys again. They just that's that toughness that just they're missing that.
Yeah, there was no divas. There was no divas like the Hines Wards. There was no divas. Now you got a whole bunch of divas throughout the whole league. Oh, I didn't get the ball. It's the passing game. This, that, and the other. So quit crying and just do your job. You know what I mean? Just do your job. If you're winning, okay, great. But now you're talking about your egos getting in the way. That's why sometimes I just can't stand. You know, you're getting paid all this damn money and whatnot, and look what's happening.
That goes right into the segue what we got to finish off with. Tyreek Hill.
Who?
You know?
Oh,
Tyreek. You know? Hey, look, man.
I think that was frustration. I think that was frustration, Jerry.
Yeah, but
because he had a broken wrist. I mean, he played with a broken wrist. I think after that game, that's when he went right after that game. He's like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm done." He's speaking out of emotion, man. That's just my opinion. You know,
I don't know, man. At any level of playing, because like for me, I had a fractured foot and I stayed out there. You know what I mean? I didn't quit.
What was your crazy?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man.
That's why you falling down the steps.
I'm just saying, you don't quit. Whatever, if Waddle heard him say he's done, whatever was happening, whatever, or Micah Parsons or the other guy from San Francisco, you know, you don't walk off the field. Even when freaking Whistling was playing, Antonio Brown, and taking off and getting all naked,
you knew,
and walking off the field. It's like, look, man, you don't quit. I don't care how bad the team is good is, you know. Even when I was little, you get on that. Oh man, I'm on that sorry losing team. You know, you gotta play. You
gotta play to win the game.
You gotta play.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I honestly, I think when they asked the question to Tyreek, just for them to even ask the question, "Hey man, did you quit?" I think they already knew the answer to that question. You know, that's why they asked him that.
Cheetah, you quit?
They were sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, like we're gonna ask him, but we already know what he's gonna say." You know, he probably saw it in his face, like, that he's already checked out. You know, he probably checked out before he showed up, but. I mean, you think about how that season started. You know, it started with Tyreek Hill, you know, getting arrested at the stadium.
Oh my God! Was that the first game? Was that the first game?
The first game.
Oh yeah, you should have knew it by now. You should. This ain't gonna go right this season, guys. You know?
Yeah, had that feeling of this ain't going right. It's time to move.
Hef saying Cheetah can't do anything double team, so I don't know.
You got Waddle. You got Waddle on the other side. I don't mind. Waddle's a good talent. You know, but he had an off season. You know, I mean, that whole team was just it was just jacked up. I mean, they got to go back to the drawing board, I guess.
I was surprised I was surprised that Mike McDaniel kept his job. So
I'm sure he's on thin ice, but I mean, problem is Tua. You know, and they don't have stability at that position. I mean, the dude, you know, is one hit away from being out for God knows how long. And you saw when Stoop Huntley and whoever is the backup came in, that offense don't run the same.
Don't run.
It's not a plug and play kind of offense. It's like you need the right guys to run this offense, and if you don't got them, it ain't gonna work. You know, it's how it's built.
Yeah.
One more thing, super quick, guys, and we got to wrap it up. Let's talk about the towel. We had to talk about the towel today. Video surfaces him dancing with his girlfriend. Now he's got ruptured Achilles again. Here we go with the towel.
I didn't see the video. I mean,
I didn't see.
Where'd you find the video? I haven't heard anything about it.
This is y'all boys, right? This is y'all boy right here. All right, I've been telling y'all with this nut. You know, even then, he put up good stats. I think remember, I always said it, Mike, and I know you was like, well, you know, the stats is he's overrated. And now look at him. Now he's getting exposed, you know, dancing out there, ruptured. He don't commit. The man's got 250. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. When they signed the Brown, I knew it from the dust. This man's overrated. He can't do anything. He can't.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of dance did he do to up to his 10. I mean, just go out and do the two-step, man.
He did the twerk.
Twerk.
I don't know.
What the hell was he doing?
He did the twerk with the towel on the side of his
Yeah, he went on vacation with his girlfriend. He wasn't like, you know, getting down, but he was, you know, he was moving. It was like outside of his car. They were on like the side of a highway or a road or something. So I don't know what they were doing.
You know what? Just cuddle and just see if you can get your money back. I know they was trying to revive his contract. Did they do that yet or no?
I don't think so.
Oh,
His
really?
contract is is such that if he injured himself because he did something they said he was not supposed to do, then they can void the money left over. So if his contract says no, you can't be out dancing with your girlfriend with your ruptured Achilles,
Oh,
then
yeah.
we got
Yeah.
you.
I
But if
got
it's
it.
not in writing, I don't know if they got that in writing. I mean, I'm sure they probably said don't go play basketball or something
Browns
stupid.
are
But,
a
I mean,
mess. So where do you go now? Now where do you go? Where do you go now? Where
you
do
get
you
a
go?
quarterback
What
in the
pick are they
draft,
in the
and you
first
pay.
round?
You
Yeah.
get a quarterback in the draft, and you do what's right for your team, and you just pay this other guy to sit on the bench. And then
Baker
you just-
Mayfield,
you
Johnny
just-
Manziel, they already tried to do that, Mike. I mean, look what's happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who put the 40 up there? 40 quarterbacks. Who
I
put
said
that
that,
up in the top?
Jesus.
I'm looking, I was like, oh shoot. And you're talking about going to draft and get another quarterback.
That's all you can
42.
do, man. I know. What I mean, like you said, what else can you do? I mean, other
I don't
than
think Cleveland needs to be
man.
drafting
hold the
quarterbacks.
franchise, I don't know.
Yeah.
Cleveland's so bad of a
I know,
franchise
it's
right
They
now.
are, man.
That's a
I
terrible
just-
franchise.
Maybe you get two
Yeah.
quarterbacks and alternate them. I don't know.
You heard the rumor was, right? Myles Garrett, they talking about the Eagles are eyeing him for a trade. I was like, man, I said, okay, yeah, I'll take him in a heartbeat, you know? Not for no 3 first-round picks, Sal, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, but that's the problem. Eagles don't have a lot of draft.
I know,
picks this
yeah, I
year.
know.
Not coming up in 2020. Yeah, 25.
They traded him to Hef for freaking.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah.
Howie, come
Fair
on,
trade.
man. Come on.
That was a
Howie.
fair trade.
Yeah.
Take them.
Jesus. All right. Well, if you love our show, check us out on all major social media channels. As always, we're on every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. Although we're wrapping up here, guys, only a couple more playoff weeks in the Super Bowl. But you can check us out online as always, our YouTube channel, Enough Said Podcast. All of our handles, whether it's Instagram, X, all that, it's Enough Said Crew or Enough Said Podcast. We are all on there. And of course, all emails go to Jermaine, enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. And make sure you tell him what it's about. And
Yeah, man.
all good, guys.
Look
And
at the inbox.
yeah, man. I don't think Jermaine ever checks that inbox, man. We gotta get him to start checking that and picking up some messages, man. But hey, we've a great show, guys, as always. And enjoy the games today. Starting all at 1 o'clock. Eagles come on 4:30, and then I don't think anybody cares about that later game. Oh, sorry, Hef. What's all right, guys, enjoy it, and we will
All right,
see you
everybody.
next week.
All right. Yeah, see you.
Go Eagles.
Go Philly.